you selling your house for sale by owner? If you are, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Facebook ads to deliver your listing to people who are actually interested in buying a home. And this is not just boosting a page or a post. This is very targeted to people who are looking to buy a new home. So stay tuned to the end of this video, because I'm going to show you in this video one ninja hack that you can use right now, today, on Facebook Marketplace or anywhere else, to have people constantly reaching out to you, messaging you for more information about your house. Let's get started. By the way, I'm King Jerome. I'm a Wisconsin-based realtor, and on this channel, I love to show people and homeowners just like yourself how you can sell your home just like a realtor does without having to pay the commission fees. So like I said in the intro, in this video, I'm gonna try to do this as fast as I can, but as in-depth as possible as well, to show you how I personally like to run Facebook ads to get business into my own thing. And this is how I also use it to sell my clients' homes. So before we even get started with the Facebook ads, we have to keep in mind one thing. We're gonna start the mindset. When you are not using a realtor and you're doing this all on your own, you are wearing multiple hats. You are now the marketer, you are now the negotiator, you're everything. You do the maintenance, you do everything. That all falls on you. One thing that's very important for you to keep in mind and to remember, that your number one job is being a marketer first and then selling the houses second. And that's also something in real estate, if that's something that you guys ever get into in the future, or you've done it, that you would find out, or you will learn, or you already knew, is that your number one thing is being a marketer, and then the second one is selling real estate. And it's like that with any business. In order for you to get customers, you need to be able to attract them to you. And that's the same thing when you're selling your house on your own. You want to attract those buyers to you. So when it comes to marketing, the number one thing, like the very first, we cannot go past this without addressing this first, is who is it that you want to speak to? Who is it that you're speaking to directly? What or who would be the perfect ideal customer for your home? So let's say, for example, you live in a nice 4-bedroom house, 2-bath, and you live by a school, you live by a couple of school playgrounds. That'd be perfect for a family, right? Now, how about if you live in a nice condo, Gulf Shores, Alabama, or down in Florida or Texas or any of those southern states by beaches or by a lot of pools? Who would be your target person there? That would be maybe people who snowbird, kind of like we have a lot of people up north in the northern states that want to escape the winter, and they go down to the south. Or maybe empty nesters, maybe people who are retired. It could also be families, it could also be young professionals, it can be anybody. But you need to have this in mind, who specifically that you are talking to when you do this. So we're gonna break down the Facebook ads, and it's usually broken down into like 3 steps. So the very top layer, you got to think about it like a container. I don't really have anything to draw to show you, but the first layer is going to be the campaign. On the campaign level, this is where we determine what the goal is. We're telling Facebook what the ultimate goal is. Is it to send messages, have people send me messages? Is it for people to send me their contact information? Is it for people to download an app if I have one? Is it for people to go check out a video on a different website? What is the ultimate goal? The thing about Facebook, and a lot of people don't realize this, Facebook has so much information on people that I personally view it as a data collection company first and then social media second. So they are able to put all these points, like the algorithm is able to put all these points together about people in order to find what is relatable between you and I in order for us to be saying the same ad about housing or about something, right? Think about this. How would Facebook know that let's say you're a school teacher. How would Facebook know that you're a teacher? It collects all these little data points from location, from uh, viewing history online, your behavior and things like that, that correlate and match other people who have the same type of occupation. So it does that. So that's the campaign level. The ad set level is where we plug in our who that we come up with. Our who and where, that's what's going to be in there. So the last portion is going to be the actual ad. So that's going to be the words that we use, the pictures that we use, the video, if that's what you choose to do, about your house. So what I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to do a screen recording.
I'm not sure I understand.
No, Siri. I'm going to share my screen, and here we go. So right here, what you're seeing, I'm inside right now of, let me uncheck this. This is inside of an ad manager. If I didn't have anything in here, which yours would be if you've never run any ads, you'll have nothing down here. This will be absolutely empty. I just have that in there. You know what? Let me delete this. Let me just delete this entirely right now. Let me delete this to make it look like, all right, perfect. This is what yours will look like. If you've never run any ads, this is what yours will look like. This is my page name. It's like a business thing, but like, this is my Facebook account name. Well, you guys might know what it is now, but that's me on Facebook, unless I change it later on. So it'll show the ad accounts that I have. I have 2 of them, and I have a separate one for my real estate that's completely separate from my personal Facebook page. But I'm using this as a demo right now. So let me X this, so there's no confusion whatsoever. Yep, see? So this has a whole bunch of ads that I've had in the past before, and that's what's all popping up. So this is going to be empty for you, kind of like I showed before, but this is how we're going to go about it. We're going to go hit create, and this is what I was talking about right here. What is the objective? Awareness. Awareness is good for trying to reach as many people as possible. Let's say, for example, you're getting ready to open a new restaurant wherever you're located. This might be a good option, awareness, to let people know that you're opening up. So what awareness does, because a lot of these ad types, it will show your message constantly to the same person if Facebook believes that they are likely to do what you're looking for them to do. But awareness, Facebook is not going to worry about that. Facebook's primary goal is to hit as many people as possible. So that's going to be awareness. Traffic is Facebook finding people who are likely to go click off of Facebook and go onto a different website. So let's say you're in Herbalife or something like that, network marketing or something like that, and you need, even though network marketing it's not really allowed on Facebook ads, but there's different ways to get around it. Like if you have your own offering, or if you are a personal trainer and you have your own personal trainer website or something like that, you want people to go in there and check it out, you'd use traffic. Then you got engagement. That's like you want people to interact with your post or send you messages on Messenger. Leads, if you want people to submit their information like contact info, phone number, email address, things like that. That's what I will use as a realtor when I'm trying to get myself some new business. That's what I personally like to use. And then you also have app promotion. If you have a brand new app, you want people to start downloading it, that's what you'd use. And sales, if you have an online store, maybe you sell physical products, so this might be a good point, a good choice for you. Anyway, we're gonna pick engagement. So engagement, because I want people to send you messages. And I'm gonna, like I mentioned at the beginning, I'm gonna show you a super cool hack that you can do to get a bunch of people reaching out to you nonstop. And I'm gonna keep going. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys that. Don't even worry about it. I got you. All right, manual engagement. I don't want to do recommended settings because Facebook likes to recommend a lot of stuff, but what ends up costing you a lot more money because, of course, Facebook likes money too, so we're not going to use all that. So campaign. What I like to do with campaigns, I like to rename it to something that I know is the goal of this campaign, because once you have it running and you have multiple things going, if you do that, it might get confusing really quick. You don't want to go click in there to find out what it is. So what I'll do is I'll start with parentheses, and this is going to be engagement, and I will say, actually the engagement is send me message, sell my house is going to be the name of it. So now I know the goal is for people to send me a message. One thing that we have to do here is let's keep all this off, because with Advantage Plus and campaign budget is Facebook can adjust what your campaign budget is automatically. If it thinks it's going to get you more results, it'll increase how much money. I wouldn't, that's up to you and how deep your pockets are. I don't like to play with that. A/B testing is pretty good, but this is something a little more advanced that we're not going to really worry about that right here, because I'm trying to give you guys a quick lowdown way to get this up and running, and it's going to be effective. Special ad category is something we're going to have to do. We have to do it, otherwise our thing can be disabled and they'll never let us run ads again. So we have to do a special ad category, anything that's with financial products or services, jobs, employment, housing, real estate listings, which is what this is going to be, or political stuff, social issues. We have to declare it. So what special ad category does, it eliminates a lot of options that we would otherwise have in detailed targeting, and I'll show you guys that in a little bit, as well as how small of an area that you can target your ads. For example, if I'm selling my drone services, that's not in the special ad category if it's strictly the drone services. So I can bring it down to like almost a mile radius of a location. For example, if you're an attorney and you are trying to get some business, you can target people that have been in and around the county jail. You set like a mile, perimeter. You'll either get people who live in the area, you'll get inmates, you'll get police officers, and you'll get the jail guards. I'm forgetting the name. Maybe some nurses who work there. Those are the type of people that they'll be seeing your messaging or your ads, and then you tailor your message to specifically people who are getting locked up. Hey, were you recently in a motor vehicle accident, for personal injury, things like that, right? All right, so we got that on. Let's go to, all right, let's change the name of this. Oh, no. Ad set level, right? Campaign, ad set level, and an ad. So this is going to be who and what. So let's go with the example I had from before. Let's do family moving into the area, or family with small children. Okay, family. Let's do first time buyer. No, we don't know if they're first time buyer. We're gonna go with family with small children. All right. We don't gotta worry about that. Destination of the conversion. The conversion is when people do what you want them to do, where do you want them to go? Well, I want them to send me a message. If I wanted people to, oh, you could get people to call as well. If that's something you'd rather do, you get them to call you, go onto your Facebook page, get your app. We're going to do message though, because I want people to message me. I'm pretending to be you, and I want people to message you. Unless you want them to actually call you, then that's when we'll do calls. Daily budget, $20 a day. So I usually recommend between 10 and 20, especially at the beginning, because Facebook ads, Facebook has a learning period. So you're not going to get a lot of results early on, like say the first week or so. But what it's doing, it's starting to learn who are the type of people that will be perfect for this type of ad, okay? So it's one of those things that's hard to be patient because you're losing money here, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be worth the sale of your home. So let's get right back into here. And all right, we got $10 a day. Let's scroll down. All right, audience over here. So this is where I was telling you guys where it's going to be limited. You see how this is grayed out? That's grayed out because we're in a special ads category. If you're selling anything outside of financial services, anything job related, real estate, or anything political or social issues, you can target this. So why would you want to target whether it's male or female? Say you're a female and you're creating a kind of like one of those female workout group type things. This could be an option, right? You want to target females that are, let's say, for example, between ages 25 to 45, for like yoga in the park, like a women's group type of thing, because that's not in the special ad category. If you are promoting something that isn't a special ad category, but you still want to attract certain types of people, it all comes down to the messaging. But again, you got to be careful with what words you use and things like that in order not to get flagged by Facebook. All right, so this is not going to be something we can adjust. Same thing with the age. It's not really something we can adjust right now. So placements, we'll get to placements in a second. Let me go back. Right here, location. Obviously, you don't want to promote your house to the entire United States unless you have your home is like a couple $1,000,000 and you're looking for someone who's able to afford that. Then that's when you'll probably want to go a little wider. If maybe the area that you live, you don't have a whole bunch of people with the same level or type of homes that you have. So in that case, you might want to go a little wider, maybe not complete United States. This is good, especially if you're doing investing and say you're looking for an investor to help you with a property or something like that. That would be a good option then, But for now, let's just stick with let's pick a location. I'm in Wisconsin, but I don't want to pick anywhere near Wisconsin. So let's go with Houston, Texas. All right, so you see all the different options we have: Houston County, Georgia, Houston, Texas, and you can see right here on the side too: city, county, city. Sometimes it'll be neighborhood or market. Let's do the market, and then we might get a little map here as well showing where this includes. Right there. So it's not only Houston, Texas, but the market is going to show some areas around it as well. So this could be a good option. So Houston, DMA, sorry, my thing is freezing a little bit, running a little slow. But as you can see over here on the sides, our reach is broad and it's green, so that's good. sometimes when it's too narrow, Facebook won't want to deliver or show your ads because they want more money, unfortunately. So sometimes you got to widen it out just a little bit more. But this would be good. This will be good. So now what we're going to want to do, because right now it's just targeting just everybody. And that's not necessarily something we want either. So that's where we're going to come here to detailed targeting. Detailed targeting is that thing I was telling you guys about, that because we're in a special ad category, we don't have as many options as we usually would. Since this already knows that I like to do a lot of real estate stuff, is giving me real estate options. But let's say this is your first time doing it, and mind you, there'll be more things in here, like you'll have demographics, and you can target people by, household income, by if they're parents or not, things like that, when it's not in a special ad category. But since we got to be a little savvy about it. So here's a bunch of options that they have here: air conditioning. And we got to think about stuff. What would people who are buyers may be looking for? They might be looking for pre-approval or a loan, right? So let's try pre-approval. Let's see what we get for that. Pre-approval. Nothing. All right. That's fine. You don't need to have nothing in there then. Let's try loan. Look at that right there. Mortgage loan. So let's go with mortgage loan. All right. Mortgage loan. What else would they be looking for? Maybe they're renters, right? Or maybe you want another homeowner to come grab your home. So those are already different different types of people. So you want to be that's why knowing the who is important, right? Because if I'm looking for people who are renters, I'm gonna go for something like renters insurance. If I'm looking for other homeowners, that are looking to get into the house, then I might be looking for information like refinance or home improvement, things like that. So let's say they're interested, they're a first-time home buyer, right? Let's do renters insurance. Renters, oh look, and renting. So you could pick any of these, rent.com, vacation rental. All right. See, vacation rentals can also signal people who may be a little more affluent. All right. That may be, it's one of those things you got to start thinking like a marketer. What would my ideal who be able to do? What are things that they might be interested in? And that's how you're going to get this as close as possible. So let's do renters insurance. All right, perfect. Perfect. Let's keep going. Now let's do placements. Remember, guys, what advantage is? Advantage is whenever you give Facebook the ability to do stuff however they want to do it. So far, this is what our results are saying. It's saying 0 to 6 conversations that it anticipates. I can guarantee it's probably a little higher than that because, of course, they're going to put 0, so you put in a little more money. But there's no telling how it could be. It could be right that it's a complete 0, and it could be wrong. You might get 10 to 20 messages constantly. So let's do manual. Okay, so we're not going to worry about A/B testing. That's something more advanced that we're not going to worry about here. So then thinking about your who, what platforms are they on? Instagram is really good for pictures, right? So if you have pictures of your home, this might be a very good spot to have it at. So Audience Network, I take it off every time because Audience Network is pushing out your ad to other things that are not on Facebook, and it tends to cost a lot more when you do that. So I always take off Audience Network. Messenger, I don't know if I really want to show up on Messenger. That you can if you'd like, but I personally, I just don't. Now, when you go down further, it's going to be more specific on where we show up. Facebook feed, yes. Facebook profile feed, and maybe not. Instagram feed, yes. Instagram profile feed, probably not. Facebook Marketplace, yep, I want that in there. Video feeds, I don't have a video. If you have a video, maybe you want to put that in there. Right column, so some of these are grayed out for me, and that's because I already had there's settings where you can completely like eliminate certain options right off the bat, and that's what I did. Right column, it's good if you're on desktop. See, like this is the whole right column for me because I'm on a laptop right now. But most people are on the phone, and that is not going to show up. So I just take off right column because about 80-90% of the people seeing this ad are probably going to be on their phones. And that's a lot of times why I don't even bother personally with even allowing all devices. Where is it at? Where's all devices at? All languages. All right, here, all devices. A lot of times I will uncheck desktop and just keep it to mobile, just because I know the majority of people are going to see this on their phone. It's not always the case, but that's your choice, but that's personally what I usually do. So I'm going to leave it on just for this example. All right, let's keep going. Instagram Explorer. I don't really go on the Explore page. I don't really see people go on the Explore page. Most of the time, it's whatever pops up in their feed, right? Instagram feed. Yep, we got that. You know what? Maybe the profile feeds would be good. Let's leave the profile feeds on. Yeah, let's leave the profile feeds on. Instagram stories. Actually, I'm going to take it off because I'm going to have them on the stories. So I'm going to take that off. If you guys aren't aware what Facebook stories, Instagram stories, it's like when you see your friends, you click it and they have like a little update or something like that. That's pretty much what that's going to be right there. All right, stories, Facebook Reels. Yep. I'll leave those. In-stream ads, no, I don't want to do that. Personally. You can, ads on Facebook Reels, no. Search results, no. Perfect. All right. So we still got about the same. Families with small children. So, message to families. All right. Nope, we're keeping partnership ad off. This is going to be my page. This might be your own personal page, but this is my business page that's attached to this ad account. And see, they're giving you this to be flexible. I don't really do that. I uncheck multi-advertiser ads. I take that off every time. So carousel is like it says here. If you have 2 more images that you want to put on, you can do that. If you want to put a single image or video, that's cool too. So this is what I'm going to show you. What I've been telling you since the beginning of the video. I was the ninja hack. So let's go to Zillow and let's look for homes in Houston. Nope. Sorry, this is showing me homes in Green Bay right now. Yep, I know that. I know, I'm well aware. Hold on. All right. I just switched tabs so you can see where I'm at now. Hold on. All right, perfect. Let's go to Houston, Texas. Yeah, there we go. It's just running a little slow for me right now. All right. Wow, lots of homes here. And I have this preset to show me sold homes, which in another video I'll show you how you can do your own comparative analysis, which is how, that's why all this yellow stuff is right there. You compare other homes that have sold that are very similar to yours, and you will get what you're looking for. So let's just pick a random house here. 374,000. Wow, 15,000 homes. Yeah, whatever. Let's do this one. Let's do this house right here. Looks like your typical home. So alrighty. We got 20 photos. Alright. So here is all our information. So I'm going to take, I want this picture. I'm going to save it. I'll name it, no, not 1P. You don't want to save nothing WebP because it never saves well. Uncropped. It's still WebP, dude. Well, you know what? Whatever. We'll leave it. We will leave it for now. I'll name this one.png. So I want to make that a PNG. Difference between a PNG and a JPG. PNG is when you stretch it out, it doesn't start to contort or change the image or stretch it or shrink it. You know, like squishing it, I mean, it keeps it the same as it moves. So just a little random dime right there, but oh yeah, I'll take this. Take this image. Yep, we'll name this number 2. I don't want a WebP. PNG. Yep. Let's see what other image we got. And you guys are looking at this, and you may view it as probably a little outdated or not the greatest. So this is the hack. Whenever I show any home, whether that's on Facebook Marketplace, actually especially on Facebook Marketplace, I do it. Let me show you what pictures I avoid. I avoid pictures of the kitchen and pictures of the master bedroom. Why, King? Why do you do that? Well, it's going to create a lot of curiosity. I'll write my messaging in a way where I purposely leave out master bedroom, purposely leave out the kitchen, and maybe even the backyard. But I'll usually show the backyard, or if I don't want to show the backyard, I'll show something that shows that there is a backyard for sure. Like maybe only a single angle of the backyard, you know, but a lot of times I'll show the backyard, but I'll keep the other two. And what that's going to cause, like I'll write in the messaging, if you want more information or more pictures, send me a message. And then what will people do? They send you a message. And usually you get like 3 variations of messages. Usually, is there any more pictures? I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Send them the pictures, but now you have that contact information in Messenger that you later can follow up on, you know, what they thought about the house or if they want to come see it again or something like that. You'll have people who want to look up the address, whether that's on Zillow or Realtor. A lot of times that can be investors, that can be other realtors, or that can just be other people. And by the way, don't be freaked out when realtors reach out to you trying to get information from it, because they might have buyers that want a house just like yours. And that's only going to be in your benefit, right? So, like I've talked in other videos, that's going to be something that you're going to have to come to terms with. if you're willing to pay a buyer's agent. But a lot of times, if they're bringing you the buyer, it may be worth it. But that, again, that's up to you. So I'm just gonna stick with the 2 pictures I got so far. So make sure you do not include, take the pictures. Like if you're taking the pictures of your home, take all the pictures that you got to take of every single room and everything. But when you post it online, exclude the kitchen and this is especially if you put it on Facebook. Exclude the kitchen and exclude the master bedroom. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. If you have any questions at all about running ads or anything like that for your specific listing or for your specific home, hey, just reach out to me. My information is in the description below. And with that being said, I will catch you guys on the next video. Stay tuned.